Welcome to APush for 5, your daily all-in-one study partner for the AP exam. We'll guide you through real stimulus-based APUS history practice questions. We have a total of over 150 videos that will be uploaded daily. These will go in chronological order, covering every period from pre-Columbus to modern day. We've got this. Here comes a set of questions from Period 3, 1754 to 1800. Question 1. Stimulus. See image, Magna Britannia. Question. The image most directly expresses which viewpoint about the imperial crisis? A. Parliament's restrictions on colonial trade ultimately strengthened the empire. B. Colonial boycotts damaged Britain's economy and self-interest. C. Loyalist propaganda exaggerated colonial grievances. D. The colonies were economically irrelevant to Britain's prosperity. The correct answer is B. Colonial boycotts damaged Britain's economy and self-interest. The cartoon depicts Britain harmed by her own colonial policies, highlighting the cost of alienating the colonies. Boycotts and disruptions to trade indeed hurt British merchants and manufacturers. Question 2. Stimulus. Excerpt A, 1776. We have it in our power to begin the world over again. Thomas Paine, Common Sense. Excerpt B. Reconciliation may yet be obtained on reasonable terms. John Dickinson, late 1775 pamphlet. Question. The difference between excerpts A and B most closely parallels which earlier colonial era divide? A. Separatist versus Puritans over church-state relations in Massachusetts. B. Tidewater planters versus backcountry farmers during Bacon's Rebellion. C. New lights versus old lights during the First Great Awakening. D. French versus Spanish colonial policies toward indigenous nations. The correct answer is C. New lights versus old lights during the First Great Awakening. Paine's radical break mirrors the New Light's bold challenge to established authority, while Dickinson's caution resembles old light restraint. Both debates turned on whether to overturn or reform existing institutions. Question 3. Stimulus. See excerpts. Question. Which development best reflects the practical outcome of this debate in the 1790s? A. The formation of national political parties that mobilized voters across states. B. The immediate abolition of slavery in all states north of the Ohio River. C. The collapse of the federal judiciary due to unpopular decisions. D. The elimination of state governments in favor of federal districts. The correct answer is A. The formation of national political parties that mobilized voters across states. Despite fears of distance, parties knit voters into national coalitions. Madison's extended sphere in action. The 1790s saw the Federalists and Democratic Republicans organize across regions, not abolish states or courts. Question 4. Stimulus. Excerpt A, 1787. Representation in the national legislature ought to be proportional to the quotas of contribution. Virginia Plan. Excerpt B, 1787. Each state should have equal suffrage. New Jersey Plan. Question. Which compromise most directly reconciled the differences in excerpts A and B? A. 3/5 Compromise. B. Compromise of 1790, Assumption and Residence. C. Commerce Compromise. D. Great Connecticut Compromise. The correct answer is D. Connecticut Compromise. The Connecticut Great Compromise blended proportional representation in the House with equal representation in the Senate. It squarely resolved the large state/small state conflict reflected in the two plans. Question 5. Stimulus. See portrait. Question. The message of this image most closely aligns with which of the following? A. The Embargo Act of 1807. B. The Report on Manufactures. C. The Kentucky and Virginia Resolutions. D. The Northwest Ordinance. The correct answer is B. The Report on Manufactures. The industrial imagery symbolizes Hamilton's plan for economic independence through manufacturing. His 1791 report promoted federal support for industry to strengthen the young nation. Question 6. Stimulus. See excerpts. Question. What most accurately compares the social goals implied in excerpts A and B? A promotes church establishment. B promotes religious disestablishment. B, both restrict immigration to members of one denomination. C, both mandate absolute separation of church and state. D, A endorses religious liberty. B envisions a covenant community bound by shared faith. The correct answer is D. A endorses religious liberty. B envisions a covenant community bound by shared faith. Jefferson's statute champions individual religious liberty and disestablishment. Winthrop's vision centers a communal religious mission, not privatized belief. Question 7. Stimulus. See exhibits. Question. Which economic policy shift from Excerpt B to Excerpt A best describes the change from colonial to early federal policy? A. From protective tariffs to export subsidies. B. From laissez-faire imperial oversight to strategic national development. C. From bullionism to bimetallism. D. From agricultural self-sufficiency to exclusive dependence on imports. The correct answer is B. From laissez-faire imperial oversight to strategic national development. Hamilton urged deliberate federal action, tariffs, bounties, and credit to build national strength. That contrasts with Britain's earlier hands-off approach that tolerated diverse colonial practices. Question 8. Stimulus. Excerpt A, 1786 to 87. We are distressed by taxes and courts that seize our farms. Shays Site Petition. Excerpt B, 1794. The excise is unjust. We will not submit. Whiskey Rebels. Question. Which comparison most accurately captures the federal response to these uprisings? A. Both were suppressed by state militias, demonstrating the Articles' strength. B. Shays Rebellion was quelled with difficulty under the Articles. The Whiskey Rebellion was swiftly suppressed under the Constitution. C. Both led immediately to the Bill of Rights. D. Both toppled the sitting national government. The correct answer is B. Shays Rebellion was quelled with difficulty under the Articles. The Whiskey Rebellion was swiftly suppressed under the Constitution. Shays exposed the Articles' weakness and fueled calls for a stronger union. Washington's rapid federal mobilization against the Whiskey Rebels showcased the new Constitution's capacity. Question 9. Stimulus. Excerpt A, 1774. An injury to one colony is an injury to all. Continental Association. Excerpt B, 1795. Peace with Britain is necessary for commerce. Jay's Treaty Defenders. Question: which development best reflects the tension between excerpts A and B? A. The Intercourse Act's protection of indigenous trade networks. B. The emergence of sectional parties over slavery policy. C. The split between pro-British Federalists and pro-French Democratic Republicans. D. The abolition of state debts by congressional decree. Correct answer is C. The split between pro-British Federalists and pro-French Democratic Republicans. Non-importation solidarity in 1774 gave way to fierce 1790s party conflict over Britain and France. Jay's Treaty became a lightning rod dividing Federalists and Democratic Republicans. Question 10. Stimulus. See excerpts. Question: which statement best compares the gender ideals in excerpts A and B? A demands political equality. B assigns women a civic role through domestic education of citizens. B, both call for women's immediate suffrage. C, A, and B both reject any public significance to women's work. D, B advocates coverture's abolition, while A defends it. The correct answer is A. A demands political equality. B assigns women a civic role through domestic education of citizens. Abigail Adams pressed for legal consideration, hinting at political rights. Republican motherhood granted influence, but mainly in cultivating virtuous sons, not formal equality. Thanks for watching A Push for 5. Let us know in the comments which questions you like the most. If today's practice helped you, tap like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos. And share this with a friend who's also aiming for that 5. If you want more hands-on learning or direct feedback, reach out directly. We'd love to help you take your prep to the next level. See you in the next video.